Also Leute, die AfD sind nicht mehr gesichert rechtsextrem. Jetzt sind sie zertifiziert rechtsextrem. Whoa, whoa. Was jetzt? Oh my God. Oh my God. We better watch out. We better watch out because now they're certified, guys. Yeah. That doesn't mean shit to any of us that support the AfD. Let me tell you all that right now. Nothing has changed. The support isn't going to go down. As a matter of fact, I would like to call everybody up to now go and officially join the AfD party. You know what I'm saying? Become a member. I'm going to look into it right away. You know what I mean? Because I want to show my support for these people, and I want to show the establishment government a fuck you. Like, hey, dude, listen, you're not going to tell me who to vote for, okay? You people, I'm never voting for you people, right? Never, ever. It's crazy, okay? That's crazy. Never going to do it. So you're not going to fucking cow me or fear me into not supporting the AfD. I think that's what most people should do. I think everybody who is a supporter of the AfD should go and get a membership to the AfD. Pay the dues, become an official member, be on the list. And you know what it is? It shows these establishment tyrant government people that most of the people in Germany are like, oh, okay, so now you're going to call them certifiably right wing. Hey, we're gonna give them money. Now we're going to join the party, right? Now what? Now what? Because that's what these people need to see. That's what these establishment crazies need to see. They need to see the German people standing up against their tyranny, because that's where we're at, people. What we have is the same kind of thing we have in America and in a lot of other Western countries. We have a starting of a civil war, right? Because we have two factions in the country. We have the woke left establishment against the regular people who are supported by the AfD. That's it. So the woke establishment and the leftist in this country are not there to serve the interests of the people of Germany. They're not there to protect actual democracy. They're not there to protect your rights. They are there for their agenda and their ideological, crazy intentions. That's why they are there. So they are then automatically the enemy of the people. And the only political support that the people have is the AfD. So I think that it's only fair if the people now actually put their money where their mouth is and support the AfD with an actual membership. And that will show these establishment motherfuckers that these people are not going to let themselves get cowered into not supporting the AfD, because that's what they're hoping for, right? That's what they're hoping for. Before I go on about this, I want to ask you guys to do all of the things you can do for free that will help my content get out to other people. And that is, do the liking, do the commenting, do the reposting, the retweeting, all of those things that don't cost you 2 seconds. Repost them everywhere, follow me everywhere. And the best place to go to get all of my content, uncensored, no bans, no nothing, you'll always find it because it comes to you, is on my Substack. My Substack, it's allaboutlogic.substack.com. There, all my content is there, including the articles I write, and you will get a notification in your email every time something I do is published. That's the place to go to get it all. So Substack, go there, subscribe for free, or support me with $5 a month. Either way, you'll get my content there. All right. So on Friday, the AfD party was now, they've gone from, gesichert. In English, it's so weird to translate that kind of shit because it sounds so weird. So they were, for sure, we're really sure, guys. That's basically what this government body said. We're really sure that the AfD is right-wing extremist. And now they've taken the extra step to certify it. Odd that that happened right as the AfD hit top party in the polls last week in Germany. So last week in Germany, the AfD was number 1 in the polls in Germany. So the establishment parties are obviously very, very frightened because they know they are going to lose their power if the AfD is still around. So they want to end up banning the party. Now, this is just another step in that direction, right? They think they are going to be able to get a ban through, right? But even if they can't, right? Let's talk about that in a second. Even if they can't, what this does is it basically makes it impossible for Friedrich Merz, the supposed conservative, and his party, the CDU, the supposed conservatives, and the other, like, lapdog party, the CSU, the supposed conservatives, they can't ever now work with the AFD. You know what I mean? Because now they're certified, guys. And so that doesn't mean shit to us. We don't care what these politicians and these government cronies and the Verfassungsschutz and all these fucking government apparatchiks and Gestapo people, we don't care what they think, right? We don't care about their certifications and what level they certify who in what category. We don't care. It's all meaningless to us. It's bullshit. These people are big fucking liars who shouldn't be taken seriously, shouldn't be taken respectfully in any sense, because they don't deserve it. They're losers who can't make it in the real world, and they don't have power at their own houses, their own homes, right? So they want to inject power over the rest of the population. They want power at all costs. They are completely illegitimate in my mind, right? I don't believe anything they say, and so their new label of certifiziert rechtsextreem doesn't mean jack shit to me, and doesn't mean jack shit to almost any AFD supporter, right? Doesn't mean anything. But it does mean something to Friedrich Merz and the CDU party apparatchiks. They're like, oh my God, now they're certified. Oh my God. So now we can't work with them at all. I mean, we've been putting up this firewall the whole time. We've been saying we're never going to work with them. But the chance is too great for the left and the Greens that the CDU will eventually work for them, because there is pressure on them to work with the AFD, even coming within their own ranks, right? Even coming within their own ranks. And the left, the SPD, the left, the Green parties, the wokesters, they saw this happening. They saw, oh man, there is still a potential that the CDU will turn at some point and start working with the AFD to get votes in parliament, to make law, to stop the immigration train. And the only way we can stop that from happening is either banning the party, which is very difficult and probably not attainable, right? Or we're going to do it differently. We're not going to ban him. We're going to certify him. Oh, we're going to certify him as right-wing extremists. And that is like kryptonite to the CDU. Now they'll never work with him for sure. They'll never, because now they're certified right-wing extremists. So now the CDU will never work with the AFD. That's probably true. That's what they got done. But hey, the good thing is we weren't expecting the CDU to work with them anyway, right? So this is basically just an internal fight between the elites who are running the show, right? Friedrich Merz and the CDU are trying to enforce basically the AFD agenda, just not under the AFD banner. So they've stolen the AFD talking points, the AFD topics, the AFD goals, and they tried to implement it before the election. And now that the election is over and they're at the top, the CDU is like, we're just going to go back to left-wing politics and fuck all those voters. So, yet there's still a lot of pressure on them to say, hey, this firewall has got to drop. You're never going to be able to get all the shit done you want to get done if you don't do it with the AFD, because all the woke establishment parties will never work with you on these things. And that's true. They never will. That's why this government, the one that started, I think today, with Friedrich Merz as chancellor, this government is not going to attain any one of the goals that it set for itself, because its coalition partner, the Left Socialist Party, is going to block them at every chance they get. They've already lost their ass in the negotiations for power, and they didn't threaten the SPD with working with the AFD then, so they're not going to do it now. And now with this new certification, they're never going to do it. But that's all right. We don't care if they do or not anymore. Right now, it's got to the point, and you can tell by the polls and the attitude of the Germans, right? You can tell that the next election that comes around, the people are going to overwhelmingly vote for the AFD. As a matter of fact, I think that they're going to vote them in with a majority. And that means the CDU, the CSU, all these woke leftist parties, they're gone. They're gone. They won't have shit to say. They're going to be in the opposition, all of them. You know what I'm saying? They won't have shit to say. They're done. Right? They're done. And I don't know. I mean, it seems like the CDU would know this, right? They would feel this coming. You would think so, but they don't. They don't. They think that they're going to be able to win over the public, or that the AFD will be banned by the time the next election comes around, which is a possibility, people. Now, I warned about this before, that all of you trusty CDU voters may have just voted us all into tyranny, because maybe it was the last chance you could have voted for the AFD back then, during the last election, right? But I don't know, there's too many very good German lawyers that say that getting the AFD actually banned is going to be next to impossible. But they're basing that, of course, on past situations where you had people of integrity in the courts, you had judges that were, upheld their oaths to the Constitution of Germany. It was a different class of people. Right now, all of these important institutional jobs are being held by basically leftists, okay? So that makes the whole situation a lot more dangerous than it ever used to be in the past, because I think it is likely that when the question of the AFD being banned comes on a judge's table, I think it's very possible that the AFD gets banned. And the reason why I think that is because it is the only salvation that the establishment parties have. The only chance they have to stay in power after this election is if the AFD isn't there, right? That's it. Because if the AFD is there, after a couple years of the politics we're going to get under Friedrich Merz and Chancellor Lars Klingbeil, that's going to be so drastic, going to be so harmful for the German people, that the AFD is only going to gain support. We see it already. The AFD is already just gaining support. They've gained, 5-6% since the election, which was only like a month ago. You know what I mean? Or 2 months ago, or whatever. You know what I mean? So, the only chance the establishment has is to ban the party. And I think that they will break every rule, every European rule, every civil rights rule, every constitutional rule. They will break them all in order to get the AFD banned. And they have their judge apparatchiks ready to go. Just like in America, the judges are trying to stop Trump from doing anything that he promised during his election, during the election. And they're doing their best, and it's turning into a constitutional crisis in America, where soon either the Supreme Court is going to have to step in, or Trump's going to have to say, yeah, I'm just not going to listen to these fucking judges. We're going to do what we set out to do, and the judges be damned. Let's see them muster up an army or a police force to come and stop us from doing it. That's going to be a problem, but that's where Trump is going to go if these judges don't back down. Now, here in Germany, the system is not the same, right? And I think that there's a lot of judges. You can look from COVID, just look at COVID. There's a lot of judges in this country that are in the pockets of these politicians for one reason or another, whether it be money, ideology, party affiliation, whatever it is. Something is making judges flout the Constitution and vote in favor of the establishment politicians, or rule in favor of the establishment politicians. And I don't see the AFD ban to be any different. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I get it. There's lawyers that know more about this than me, but they are basing their evidence based on the past and the rules and the laws that they fly by. It's just that the establishment politicians in this country don't really follow their own rules. So why would they not ban the party in order to make sure the establishment remains? Especially if they really believe that the AFD is the next Hitler coming, right? If they really believe that the AFD is dangerous for democracy and all the shit that they spout, even though they're the dangers to democracy. They're the fucking Nazis, not the AFD, not us. They're the Nazis. They're the one acting like the Nazis. The Nazis came in and banned also the Communist Party. They banned also political parties right when they get in, and also attacked the media right away. And the left is doing the exact same thing. So that they're out there calling people Nazis, that's fucking rich coming from them. They're the Nazis, people. Open your eyes. You don't need the news to tell you. You don't need to know a bunch of fucking absolute history. You can just look at what the left is doing in this country and everywhere else, and you'll see who the fucking Nazis are. Not us, not you, not the AFD. So it's their only chance to cling to power. Look what they tried. They tried to put Donald Trump in jail. Right in Romania, they already annulled the election. Look what happened. Now, the right-wing candidate that basically replaced Georgescu has won by even bigger numbers. So the Romanian people get it. They're like, oh, okay, you want to take away who we want to vote for? Okay, well, we're just going to vote double as hard for the next guy that even resembles Georgescu in any way or wants to follow the same policies as him in any way. And they got in there and they voted for him. He won the first round, 40%, right? And now there's going to be another round of elections on May 14th, I think. Now we'll see if Romania tries any with European Union, the EU people. We'll see if the EU bureaucrats and the Romanian government, the establishment, is going to try anything this time. But it's going to be awful hard to ban another right-wing candidate from the Romanian elections. The people have spoken, and they've spoken twice. So they let you take away one candidate, and they voted for the next best one. Now, if you take away this one, all hell's going to break loose. So I don't think they're going to go there. I think that Romania got through their tyranny, and they're going to have a politician in power that's going to be more freedom-oriented, friendly, and he's going to be a right-wing politician, just like Meloni, just like in France, the Le Pen, just like in, well, where else? I mean, there's all kinds of Holland, there's all kinds of places where the right, the populists, are taking over. It's a trend that is not going to be stopped, right? Unless it's stopped with dirty tricks and lawfare. And every one of these countries, including America, have tried the lawfare route to get rid of unwanted politicians and populists. And Germany is just doing the same thing. But I don't think that in the end it's going to work out. You know what I mean? I think that the uprising, the outrage is going to be too big if they try to ban the AFD. But I think they're going to try. Right? I think they're going to try. And I think that if it's up to the courts, I think the courts will go along with the politicians. But look, it shouldn't be a surprise. I've said over and over again, these people see their power getting taken from them, and they are going to fight back, right? They're going to fight back. And they are. They're fighting dirty, but that's all right. We need to do the same, right? We need to do the same. Fight dirty. Fight these people dirty. Now, again, my recommendation is everybody that can and has money to spare, I'm going to look up what it costs to be an AFD member, and I'm going to sign up, put my name to it. And look, I know I'll get on some list or whatever. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't allow these people to control my life or what I do. And neither should you. And right now, these people need to see that the German people do not support their BS anymore. And the way to do that is to punish them. And nothing will punish them more than seeing AFD numbers go up and up and up. And if the AFD can come out and say, oh, after this fucking certification of right-wing extremists, our membership numbers doubled in like 2 weeks. Oh boy, I can't wait to see these establishment motherfuckers when they have to come out and listen to that. Right? Because that shows them, oh, the reaction we're getting from the public is, actually, they're hating us even more. Actually, they're supporting the AFD even more. Now, you would think that they already got this picture after looking at the polls. But they don't. They need hard lessons. They need to be taken out of power, people. Right? And we can let them see it's coming. It doesn't have to be a surprise. Let them enjoy their last 2 to 4 years in power, and that's the end. And Friedrich Merz will go down as one of the worst chancellors that Germany has ever had. His legacy will die, And we'll turn over a new leaf at that point. Let's just hope that they don't get this ban through before the next election. Because I'm telling you, that's what they're going to want to do. That's the road they're going to take. That's the direction they want to go. Whether they will do it or not, I don't know. You know? But they've already won in the sense that they've now blocked Friedrich Merz and the CDU from even looking at the AfD for support on any bill, on any law, on anything, anywhere. Because now they're certified right-wing extremists, guys. Oh my God. Certified. Like, I care. Fuck these people. These people are so ridiculous, it's unbelievable. They're ridiculous people. Good. Guys, look, we were all kind of expecting this to get worse. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a big surprise. We knew they were going to fight back. We know they're going to fight back hard and dirty. We know that they don't follow their own rules, that it's rules for us, but not for them. We know all that. So this can't come as a giant surprise to us. And the way to deal with it is just to keep showing your support for the AfD. Look, I get it, okay? I also heard that now in 2 states in Germany, the government is going to start going through military personnel, police, firemen, all of the state-supported, the state jobs. And if any of those people are members of the AfD or support the AfD, they're going to purge them, right? That's the next plan. Also, they've also said that on the state propaganda media, there will be no more AfD politicians allowed on. like they were really allowed on before now. You know what I mean? That's another thing. Oh, wow, they're not going to allow them on. They didn't allow them on before, right? It's not like the fucking every one of these state propaganda talk shows was filled with AfD politicians. That's not the case, people. And look, again, the AfD supporters don't watch mainstream media or this fucking state propaganda shit. We don't watch that shit. I mean, I watch it just to make comparisons, right? If they're reporting on something, I know to look it up and see if it's true or not and which way they spin it, right? AfD supporters are not watching these people, right? So it doesn't matter. To us, this means absolutely nothing. We laugh at it, you know? We laugh at it because it means nothing. Where it's going to be less funny is if they get it to be a ban. Then it's not funny anymore. Then that means that they've basically put all of the voters that support the AfD and the German public at large in a position that now we have to start making drastic decisions in order to retain our freedom. If they go as far as to ban the party, we've got non-funny, very serious problems on our hands. And then it's going to be time to decide, do we allow ourselves to get subjugated or do we fight back? Or do we just leave? You know, we could just leave. Everybody could just leave Germany. You know what I mean? Nobody has to stay here. Now, pretty soon there's not going to be any jobs for anybody here anyway. The industry is going to be completely on its ass. I mean, the future in Germany for young people is abysmal. Young people should move to other countries right now. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all this bureaucracy craziness, the climate change madness. You know what I mean? Nah, that shit's not going to work in the long term. So either these establishment people are finally going to get kicked hard enough by reality that they will actually make a change, or the people are going to have to rise up and force a change. That's all I got. All right, people, take it easy. Kind of bad news, but on the other hand, not so bad because we really don't care. We laugh at the establishment people. We think they're ridiculous. So their Einstufung and their words and what it all means nothing to us. Fuck you. It doesn't mean anything. And I think we should show them that by all of us joining the AfD party on paper. Put your money where your mouth is, people. I know I will. Take it easy.